That's it. Bye-bye! You killed a bunch of my guys! But it's not enough! It's never enough! And by the way, is that a person there? Pretty sure that's the shape of a person. Oh god. Now, hand over your entire coin bundle. Cough it up! I know that you don't have many. But if you take all of my coins, I'll be eliminated. Yeah, exactly. I eliminated candidates subjects to summary execution or something. That wasn't a rule.
Looks like some candidates have finally made some exciting run-ins with one another. As a reminder, the goal of this game is to collect as many coins as possible within the given time limit. Sure, cooperation and alliance are all well and good, but when negotiations go up in smoke, might become a pretty reliable fallback plan. Don't you worry though, the shadows of Hong Yuan, hidden in the corner of the area, will safely guide any coinless candidate out of the building. Oh, and by the way, resisting them is kind of a terrible idea. I heard they're faster to act than to talk.
Okay, what was that supposed to mean? I guess they meant that they must have placed the heishas around here. What the hell? That's bullshit!
Of course, if you've lost more than your coins, your life for example, then I suppose the heishas would escort your corpse out for you instead.
You heard that, right? Would you like to have your corpse escorted out, or would you rather leave on your own accord? Fine! My coins are yours. Take them all.
And a certain candidate of the She family has just been eliminated from the game. What an overwhelming dominational display of charisma from the opponent candidate's clan members. If you've been eliminated, then please come out to the hallways, forfeit your weapons, and wait for further instructions. Please note that any eliminated candidates lose all of their rights and privileges, a payment to the candidates of family higher elevation. And...
Oh, I remember now. His name is She Hua Sing. Oh, and we're already up to 7 coins, huh? Hey, that's not so bad. Let's wrap this up ASAP and get the heck out of this creep house. We are besetted in all directions by sorrow and tragedy. This appears to have been a laboratory of an unknown purpose. He Sing's eyes scan over the various machines that are messinely strewed about in the room. The Kong family's laboratory, most likely. Laboratory? Yeah, I saw the plague earlier. Apparently the entire family got completely annihilated after presumably breaking a taboo or something. Going by what Hong Lu said earlier, and gathering from everything that we've heard about the Kong family so far, it sure seems like they are all kind of dead. It was in the time before the Chia family wielded as much power as it does now. Boy, the Kong family really was something back then. Outputting a constant stream of new, groundbreaking bolos with all kinds of unique qualities can't have been easy, but they somehow managed it back then. Because the Kong family had made such an impressive contribution to the city as a whole, even past the boundary of Hong Yuan itself. The other families had no choice but to watch in awe as it stood like a mountain so far above them. Yeah, I heard that they delved into various research subjects back then. Well, despite all of that glory, what awaited them at the end was a tragedy. So there are no records or evidence of any kind left that could tell us what kind of experiment they were carrying out down here, did they? Nope, it's all gone purged. Anything to do with the experiment has been particularly automatized by the claws that came here. Perhaps in search of the novel, they failed to notice the avarice spiraling out of control, a recurring development among those whose passion is research. For a while, people from the high and mighty families of Hong Yuan refused to even look in the general direction of this building. They thought it was heretical, that it would bring them misfortune. Of course, I was pretty young back then, so all this is just what the adults have told me. So, do you recall something from then, Honglu? I was really young, only 10 years old, so my memories aren't very clear back then. But I do. I recall the day when the weight of the Averans broke both the heaven above and the earth beneath the Kong's family and smothered them. But our existence is as fragile as paper, bound to fade away into nothingness, just as they have. So I guess that is why we should always be mindful of excess, to empty ourselves, that we will not be overflown. Honglu spoke so calmly and clinically about the day when countless lives were lost. Another announcement.
Thank you so much again, everyone who is here today for the Kong family and Hong Yuan's eternal prosperity.
This must be a recording from before the Kong family's complete annihilation.
Let this experiment be another resounding success for us, so that everyone in Hong Yuan will be a step closer to achieving immortal love. Do know that our
success is a guarantee, so we would like to ask all research personnel to put their best into this experiment.
Those are people, or at the very least, remnants of them. Some of them are even lacking a head. Oh. Oh! Hello! So, do you see now? It was not a matter of formula, but rather the process. The order of formulation that diminished the efficiency of your previous bolos. Let me demonstrate by example, directly mixing two diametrically opposing ingredients. Safflower, which carries the element of fire. Flieke flour, which contains the element of water, will cause a repelling reaction. So, what does the Kong family do in such a case? We could use ponery or gold in between the additions of either ingredients, so that they may coexist. Yes, a rudimentary application of the bolus production methodology. However, one thing that we must know is that the law followed by our ingredients is not defined solely by the 5 phases of the 8 diagram. Though the 5 phases are correctly aligned, the ingredient, each imbued with the elements of the sexagonal cycle, distinguished by both the heaviest stem and the earthly branches, all exhibit different effects. Okay, this is getting really complicated now. Another aspect of this art to consider is that space-time itself is a variable that modifies the law with which yin and yang operate. Thus, even if the same recipes were to be followed to the letter, the hour, the minute, and the second during which the bolus combines, a combined effect, its quality and characteristics. So that is why following the same familiar recipe could yield bolus of various effects. Every little variation has a different outcome of the end result. You must also remain wary of where one stores the bolus once they are completed, and when to remove them from the shade. Do keep in mind that a wise forger of bolus always remain acutely aware of the harmony and discord that exist within all ingredients. You certainly have an exceptionally high degree of expertise when it comes to all of those boluses. I cannot help but always depend on you. You're the only person who would even come close to such an adventurous way to forge the bolus. Yeah, you've managed to untangle the side effects in a matter of moments, when we are struggling with it for months. We cannot help but feel a tingle of shame before your skills. Consider the spoon good karma for the vast and profound generosity. Oh, but it's all thanks to your wisdom and acumen, venerable Chia-Mu. You deserve every reverence and admiration for coming this far, armed with nothing but your skill and wit. And as state my achievements. they will find hope as well. Of course. No one could have possibly foreseen that the declining Shi family would produce the next Hayek after all, especially someone without a proper clan. Oh, well, that is not what I intended to convey, Venerable Jiambu. If I had offended you by any chance, Worry not, for you have spoken in truth. I understand that it was all thanks to the Kong's family generosity that I could rise to the stand. I know better than anyone that you could have easily eliminated me before I even had a chance to ascend to the seat of family Hayek. And you would have done so had you wished to further solidify the Kong's family's position around here. In fact, our hearts were truly steered by the most unexpected outcome of the family Hayek. You have clutched victory with nothing but wisdom, when all odds were against you. Not to mention that we are greatly appreciative of all the assistance that you have so generously provided us. Safe compliments, please. I'm only honored that you saw any use of my insignificant tricks. After all, our collective pursuit is to prolong the eternal prosperity of Hong Yuan, is it not? Grandmother, are you making a new bulass again? Indeed, little Bayou. There's karma to be repaid, after all. And do I have to keep coming here with you, grandmother? Yes, this beautiful scenery will not be completed without you as a witness. You have frequented this place with regularity, Honglu? Yes, grandmother often brought me here to play. Hand in hand. Play? Oh, are you guys done collectively spacing out like that? I've been thinking while you were gone. And I've come up with something quite interesting. So since the results of the second round are decided only when time is up, I'm sure there are candidates out there coming up with strategies like collect a moderate amount of coins, find a nice hiding corner to lie down, wait until everything blows over, and, you know, we might just walk away with a decent rank. Yeah? You know what I mean, right? Guess that makes sense. And there are many points of failures to that plan as well, but it would be indeed an appropriated strategy for the candidates, who are not so confident about their odds in the open combat. Right? But here's the thing though, wouldn't it make for such a boring show if most of the candidates are just hiding and doing nothing for the majority of the game? I mean, they even made a show of gathering an audience for the song and dance. Would they even allow that? There must be some sort of rule against it. I sense a very subtle vibration the moment that we walked out of the lab and into the hallway. Wing Sao must have felt it too. He stopped in his tracks and looks around. Hold on a second, do you guys hear that? Well, looks like this is where our brief fellowship comes to an end. This was a short but sweet exchange. Yeah, about you? But I don't think you're the one who should be holding the most coins. What? Once the game ends, I hope that we'll all find what we came here for. Well, we weren't really planning on sticking with him for the entire round, but yeah, it's a bit sudden, isn't it? Huh? Well, I guess it's better than a full-on betrayal. We're going our separate ways. Just like that? There's no time to spare around worrying about him. Attention! Full speed, sprint towards 3 o'clock direction! Go, go, go! Huh? Well, hey, at least tell us what's going on! Eye forward! The walls are rising from the floor! Walls? That is where the host's cheerful voice began booming from the speaker, excitedly explaining the situation. Let's keep things interesting, shall we? A new rule. And this one is for you, dear viewers who must have been bored out of your mind with how safe the candidates were playing with the things. And starting now, votes are going to start closing off rooms and correlating our candidates every set interval, shrinking the area. A full-blown battle royale kind of style. If you somehow end up being trapped in one of the rooms, if you fail to make it into a shrinking area, Well, I guess that's total annihilation for you, of course. Of course! Yeah, it looks like it's really chaotic out there. Now let's not try to push your luck and get ourselves stuck between walls, okay? This will be one hell of a cleanup job to have to scrap and scrub your bits off the walls, so you better get moving. We began sprinting full speed to where the walls were starting to rise from the floor. The host's snittily chippered tone taunts us the whole time. Looks like some of you didn't make it though. You were so close too. And ouch! Oh, I spy a candidate who's been separated from her clan in the chaos. Whoa, try not to lose your coins in that chaos as well. God, I don't like her. She has way too much fun in this. She has way too much fun. Well, it's just how it is sometimes. It's just how it is sometimes. Did they just close the road? They did, in fact, just close the road on us. Okay, fine then. Second alliance. Okay, who's it now? Who's it now? Oh, I swear she's going to get a fist to her face before we end this or we'll leave this place! Man, I really should have done some cardio with you guys back at the ship! My legs were screaming at me to take a seat and a rest, but we simply did not have the time to sit around. We've got no choice but to keep on running. Honglu, this place must not have offered much diversity for a child, now did it? Was it not draft or tedious? Well, grandmother really knew a lot about the Bolos. Every time I was here, I would always watch her take commands from her room, fiercely bringing about a storm of direction and orders for the rest of the researchers. So no, it wasn't really a dread or tedious, and... Honglu? Thinking back on it now, whenever grandmother summoned me to visit this place together, I think I felt a bit of happiness. But why? That is when Ota suddenly came to stop, raises a fist and motioned in a line that caught everyone's attention. She'd been walking ahead in a vanguard. Stop! She saw something. Figure up ahead. She's alone. Or he. Hopefully, she's a candidate who's been separated from a clan. It should be an easy coin for us if that's the case. True, the girl did mention that one of them was separated. Otis mutters with a bit of anticipation. It seems like she was in her element here. But don't worry, Otis. I'm acquainted with her. However, contrary to Otis' wishes, she was not one of the candidates. Oh, it's Dayu! She will probably hate this. She's a bodyguard of the Su family. So, why are you here alone, Dayu? Oh, funny. I was just thinking about you as well. You? For the briefest moment, Dayu's eyes looked at Honglu with disbelief, before hardening into a stern expression. Ah, I must have alarmed you all. Apologies. The waltz came out of nowhere, so excuse me. My initiative has separated me from the rest of the clan. So you have no idea where the rest of your clan is either, is it? No. But if a different candidate finds you here alone, probably just going to get rid of you. They will attempt to eliminate me, though I am but a follower, because it would be beneficial for them to do so. Dayu, then, have you been waiting here all along? Waiting for the one that you follow to return? Yes. I suppose I did, in the belief that if I simply wait in the same place that we became separated, they would eventually come back to me. A foolish belief. The area is constantly shrinking. They wouldn't take the risk of coming back here just to pick up a strangler like you. Of course. I guess they wouldn't, right? The air between us has become palpably awkward in this impressive rapidity. I suppose it could be said that you have a certain advantage over other candidates here. You are more familiar with this place than anyone else, are you not? That is true. Silence again, I see. Just like then. Just like when you refused to tell me anything to the end. In all those years, I was in your service after the complete annihilation of the Kong family. By you, big brother, by you. Here! Oh, what's happening now? You're looking so glum again. We're still gonna play the game that you like today, right? Oh, please don't tell me. Are those minis back at it again? I kicked their butts with a new move that I learned just yesterday. No, it's okay. Don't worry, Dayu. I still don't understand why they say those things to me. But I still think I should be their friend one day. Young Master Bayu, do you know the whereabouts of Venerable Chiamu? Well, she said that she's at the lab for a little bit. Oh no, that's not good. I have something to tell her. It's actually very urgent. I need more of those Colossus to maintain this body. But she just won't return my attempts to reach her. So I thought I would pay her a visit myself and... Whoa! The claw! The freaking claw! Are you kidding me right now? This is not something that he's supposed to say! Are you okay? Big brother, hide behind me! He's not from whom you are. Oh, I see. She must not have discarded her clone for over a week. Foolish girl. I've warned her time and time again that either the clone with a clone brain or the original must be discarded within a week of production. It seems that she just could not bear to relinquish this new bodies of hers, unburdened by ailments of both body and mind. Grandma, is there anything that we can do for her? The head will not suffer those who have broken the taboos to live. This is the omnipresent terror they cast over us all. They are always watching, always primed to appear, no matter where you are. Even as you eat, even as you slumber, even as you wet. The circumstance matters not, the context is meaningless. If a taboo is ever broken, they will be there to carry out the sentence, almost as if they were the executioner of the natural law. Let us leave here, Bayu. Be careful, don't touch her. I think she's gone, but no wait, she's not breathing. But look, her eyes are still open. I want to help her close her eyes at least. It's so cruel and sad for her to be all alone, even in her final moments. Look at this lonely place. Are you? Then come here again tomorrow. Then again the day after. Grandma brings me here every day anyways, so... It's going to happen whenever I want to or not. Why should you say such a thing, Dayu? Well, because whenever I see you, I see the face of someone who's just about ready to leave this world forever. Okay? So promise me that you won't leave me alone in here. I'm just as scared of this place as you are. It feels so big, too vast. But just by thinking about playing with you, flying kites with you, makes me feel a little better. Oh. Well then, the reconstruction day has begun, it seems. I hate these reconstruction days. I hate the sound of those bells. Well, rest easy, little Bayu, for these reconstruction days will not touch us, ever. Dangyuan only extends and never shrinks as the home of the poor do. But Grandma, do you think Dangyuan can change? What has prompted this question by you? Because I want Dangyuan to... Oh! What just happened? Were you trying to catch them? That's not how this works, Songlu. Oh. Are you okay? Stop the palanquin! Please, help me pull him out. He's gonna fall. I'm sorry? Young master, it's too late for him. Helping him now won't do any... How can I just turn a blind eye and pass him by like nothing has happened? He's right there, and in pain. Please help me pull him out. Please. Little by you cannot save them, let alone everyone. And if you cannot save everyone, it is wiser to not try at all. I know that I can't save everyone, but at least this one person was about to fall. Please. You struggled to move past this during the last resurrection day as well. So, has your struggle managed to save even a single life? No. Still, Grandma. Still. Try it then. It would be much better for you to learn this lesson early. What is it, little Bayou? I must have been mistaken. I thought I saw someone watching me. Well, at the very least, one person to try to help them. Even if they can't do anything about the reconstruction day. Maybe they should stop spreading their building across the entire district so that everyone else is getting squeezed in and squeezed out of their homes. But I guess they can't stop that either. Right? They can't stop that either. Once the memory fades, Linda Yu stumbled before, leaning on a wall. What was that? Visions of memories that I've never wished to see again? Wait, you're affected by this? The other one didn't say that they were. Maybe he was lying! Maybe he was just lying! Did you just say that too? What kind of... Dante, perhaps this is another feature of the previous discussion, expanding of your abilities. So does that mean that I can now show sinners past to not sinners too? That sounds horrible. And it's totally out of my control as well? That possibility cannot entirely be dismissed, but it's unlikely that your ability activates with no discerning pattern. There must be conditions that must first be met. I wonder what they might be. Some of them earlier seemed unaffected by it. Maybe it's related to the individuals in those memories. She was kind of related to those, so maybe that was serving as some kind of bridge or link? That could explain it. A possible connection can be drawn to the rising level of one's emotion. The vision, even when activated for the sinners, have brought one by certain emotional triggers. In such case, an individual who is part of the powerful memory that caused the sinner's emotional state to dramatically spike could also trigger a resonance effect. Honglu? Dayu. I ended up leaving you all alone in Dayuan, in spite of your pleading. So your resentment is justified. Well, you know that's not what I wanted to hear, right? Nothing. Your refusal to tell me anything about what has happened here on that day. Your only response is a smile. And I see that hasn't really changed over the years either. Honglu's only solace in those unwilling visits to the laboratory was that he got to spend time with Linda Yu. After that day, you wasted your days away, locking yourself within the bounds of Dayugan, never leaving the premise even once. And when I inquired, you only make a sorry smile, not giving me an answer all the same. Until one day, completely out of the blue, you said that you would be leaving Dangyuan. You weren't the only one who lost those who were important to them in the annihilation of the Kong family. In fact, did he even ever truly care about anyone to begin with? There was a silence. Her question was sharp and fond, but Honglu made no attempts at making excuses or deny any of her accusations. You're right, Dayu. You must have suffered so much worse than I have. So much so that I can't even begin to imagine it. But even if you were to learn of everything that had happened, what will that knowledge do to heal your pain? All this suffering, all this joy, they're just moments, bound to be lost in time. Trying to catch what is destined to slip away will only bring pain to your heart, nothing more. I know that. But what I really couldn't bear was, it's just what happened to you that changed him like this? Well, apologies. I must have lost myself for a moment there. It was improper of me to show such emotion to a candidate who's not my master, even a relative anymore. Please excuse my impotence. I'm really sorry about having to bring this up in the middle of a serious discussion like this, but don't you think we should probably get it moving? Yeah. Enough time has passed. The walls will begin to invade the space soon. Now you, how about you come with us? Only if you would like to, of course. At least until we run into Big Sister Bao Chai again, alright? Tossing me a pinch of pity, is that it? No, because this place is so dangerous to be alone. There's a point. If I travel with you, will I see more of those bizarre visions? There's a good chance for that. Kinda depends on our power, but you know. I would like to recommend against going through more of these visions though, but I won't be able to stop you. Then please excuse my intrusion. I will try my utmost to not be a burden to you. Maybe through this, you can learn and figure out what exactly has caused this dramatic change, right? You may just be able to figure something out. Oh, wait, never mind. We first have a story before I can take care of the enemies. Now, it seems like there's a suspicious looking door to the side. Should we check out what's inside? Yeah, I guess we should, right? Your choice, self-appointed class president! Heathcliff replied nonchalantly. Well, alright then. Let's head right in then, I guess. What? What? Okay? Guy? The roots seem to have already penetrated your skin. Safe removal is probably no longer possible. They actually grew out of your eyes as well. There's no returning that eye either. Actually, are you only alive because of this? It kinda looks like you might only be alive because of this. Let's just forget about that, alright? Yeah! Okay, well that was a smooth move-ish. Let's just pretend none of that had ever happened, alright? Turn around and keep on walking. What happened? I don't think... Well, I didn't just expect that, you know? And... So does that mean that we can move on like nothing has happened? Or is it some kind of case of no BACKSIES now? Oh, he remembers the April thing! Yes, that means it's canon now! And that is when the host voice, after a long silence, suddenly began buzzing again.
Oh my! A certain candidate and his clan elected to bravely open a mysterious door, only to immediately slam it shut in fear. Right, so, I won't really name names on account of being a rather embarrassing display of spinelessness, but hey, I'll give you guys a chance to rectify that error.
Manager Squire! We must open that door at once! Post haste! An agile cavern that we shall be! We cannot act more swiftly! Don ran up to the door and began bouncing up and down with genuine panic. Well, we did see something pretty ugly looking in there, but it wasn't really an abnormality or distortion, so I don't really feel anything like it around there either. I don't know, that almost makes it even worse, right? It might seem that the host is here just to make some goofy comments on us, but everything that she said so far has had at least one grain of truth to it, didn't she? Okay, fine. Let's just check it out. We won't know what's waiting for us in there unless we actually face it head on, aren't we? Ishmael, now motivated to make up for her earlier blunder, confidently opened the door. It's gone. Where is it? The same type of coin that we received at the beginning of the game is hanging on the entity's neck. Why? Another demonstration of my soul's impeccable observational skills. I guess you're right. But why is he wearing a coin? Well, given the circumstances, we can probably gain that coin by kicking this monster to the curb, right? Can we? But is that even a monster? It looks like a very unfortunate human. We deserve only to repent. An eternal repentance. We desire only to repent. An eternal repentance. The thing endlessly rambles an unknown mantra. It sounded at once desperate and hopeless. Well, they certainly are not abnormal beings. Oh yeah, that's what Dante just said. Honglu began as though he recognized them. Recognized them? They are people. Hong Yuan's condemned. Condemned? The condemned howled madly as they charged us. Okay? Why? If they want to repent, why are they charging us? Well, they're certainly dressed like prisoners. Rupture. More rupture, defensive down. Frantic humble. Wait. 50% convert third coin to unbreakable. Rapture power. HP on self. So they can heal themselves? Interesting. Gain a shield equal to 10% of the maximum HP. Gain defensive level up equal to the numbers of time this unit was hit by enemy skill divided by 2, a maximum of 10. Lose this effect when staggered for the first time. And then the next turn starts, gain 10 minus defense. Interesting. So they're fishing right now for hits in order to get their defense ups. He does have a strong shield though, even though it's not going to help him even one singular bit. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't really think those three guys are going to cause any sort of issues. Don't need to hesitate. I don't need to redirect. I mean, I could maybe in a later point of time redirect, but doesn't seem necessary either. The defensive level up doesn't seem to increase their attack power at all. Maybe at some point they will advance, where they gain additional coins that get boosted by defense level up, but so far it doesn't seem to be the case. Well, with a simultaneous click, the coin hanging from the condemned neck clattered to the ground.
As many candidates must have realized by now, this game provides its contestant many, many ways to obtain those precious coins. You could gain them by completing battles in some special routes, or another candidate has just obtained some coins.
Despite the host's energetic voice, we couldn't help but be disturbed by what Hong Lu just said. The condemned of Hong Yuan? What is the implication of that particular choice of denomination, Hong Lu? Years ago, well, the elder have told me of many old fables and legends. Then, a rooster's crest is carved upon the visage, a goat hoof moves between the legs, and an elderly branch extends from the arms. Thus closes Dang Yuan's growth to boundless eternity. What? Are they experiments regarding the expansion of the bolus technology? I haven't seen it myself, but once I heard that there's a laboratory beneath even the basement of Dang Yuan, built to research secretive and valuable bolosses, I see. And they just experimented on their prisoners. It's not exactly an unique practice amongst the wings, but still. I believe that the smallest speck of greed lies at the origin of all of our misfortune. I do not believe that the definition of immortality that Hong Yuan originally sought is the same as the one that we seek now. Did it change? What took you so long, big brother, by you? Oh, sorry. Yamio's experiment went on for longer than originally planned. Oh, that's so cool! I want to see what they're doing there too. Oh, this is not fair! Why, you're the only one who gets to go in there, bro! I'm the faster learner too! I'm not going in there to learn anything. Huh? Then how comes? I don't know, I'm just kind of forced to go there, and I'm just there to watch. Well, that's weird. It's not like you have to work for anything like we do to live a nice life, bro. Huh. Maybe it's because you have that precious shade of our family. Maybe. Hey, there you are! I told you not to say stuff like that, didn't I? Want to see what the new move is that I learned yesterday? What? I'm sorry! I won't do that again! Anyways, today we're going to play a ball game. Here's how it works. We're going to start by kicking this ball at each other, and the one who lasts the longest without dropping the ball shall win. And what's the point of that? You know, playing a game like that? Oh, it's because it's fun, of course. I want to play a ballers-making game. Gather a bunch of sand and pebbles and leaves and seeds to make a ballers, and the best ballers shall win. Oh, no can do. Remember, I am from the Lin family, and you guys are from the Jia family. Children of these noble families shouldn't play a nerdy game like that. Oh, come on, big brother. Bro, can you please come play with us? It's that guy again. See? Oh, little you are. I'm sorry. As much as I would like to join you in that very serious game of yours, I don't really think that you would let me play. Dayu is going to give both of you an earful about the rules if you direct me into the game. Isn't that right? Year one! Are you trying to pull out of the game again? Aren't you? Fine, let's just play the ballers making game once we're done with the ball game. Alright? And for tomorrow, we'll play whatever Big Brother by you's favorite game is. How's that for a plan, huh? I'm good with anything, really. Oh, but what do you want? Here's some homework for you. When we meet tomorrow, you better come up with something that you like, alright? I understand that I may be letting the impatience get the better of me, but how certain are you about the plan regarding the 13th branch of the Haishu Pact? Have I ever let you down? Automatically, a family's power comes from the Haishu Pact that they wield. Yet, ever since the old days, there have been but 12 branches of them, which is what remains the stalemate between the great families. Yes, the Haishus are the shadows of Dang Yuan, its most dangerous, capable limbs. Yet, they have their failings. An immense physical cost followed their explosive strength. Even if you wield a Haishu Pact, it is difficult to expand their numbers, as their population is strictly controlled by the Haishu Jiren of each brand. Indeed, no one could even attempt to create a new branch, for the Haishu Jiren have concealed the unique ballers recipes. Yet, I am wise in the way of ballers making, and armed with the Jiren insight. With help from the Kong family, this is certainly a viable endeavor. The Kong family once has led the forefront of the city's medical science with your bioengineering achievements. Yet now, you must know that your family's place in the city is quite precarious. There have been development for easier treatments, better modifications, superior singularities are rising from all corners of the city. At first, they were only subject of studies and research, but through various applications, many of them are now entering the stage of mass commercialities. H-Corp will fall by the wayside if the current trend continues. And one day, it may even decline so far as to fall prey to the war of another wave. Hong Yuan hides many valuable secrets, as they are often passed down for generations to generations. Certain areas within the territory even leads into the ruins as well. Many wings even consider us a treasure chest to just be cracked open. For the city to fear Hong Yuan, to fear the Kong family, you must wield absolute power. A power that, perhaps, a new branch of Taisho with mass production capabilities could provide. Would you please keep this a secret from my wife? I would like for this experiment's success to be a happy surprise for her. In truth, we received news from the doctor that we have managed to conceive a child. Thus, if we were to concede that the event of our discovery of this new, auspicious path towards was only considered an impossibility, would it not be a happy cause for all of the Hong Yuan, to rejoice? If you require any sort of assistance, materials or people, simply say the word, and us Kong family shall provide. So, shall we let this be a secret between you and me? Duly noted. I will prepare special bonus to celebrate the birth of your new life. There he goes. Oh, it seems to be a good time to return home for the day, little by you. Grandma, why do you look so happy today? Well, the tallest fish has snagged the bait. I have been preparing for a very long time. My offer must have been far too tranquilizing for them to just simply let it pass. The Kong family's pretentious overconfidence remains a mark of their bloodline. They have done well in hiding underneath the veil of generosity, but one's nature cannot be so easily overcome. Oh. Now, let us hurry. The reversed Yaren awaits us. The reversed? Wait, Granny, what are you doing? I thought you wanted to help the whole thing, H-Corp to stand its ground. Are you insinuating some sort of problem here? No, right? You wouldn't do that? For your own personal gain, right? Lin Dayu has peered into the memories as well, with the rest of us. The ball game. She fell in a brief, contemplated silence, as she seemed to recall a long, forgotten memory. I remember you won that game. I remember it because it was the first time that you ever beat me in a game of physicalities. I remember being covered head to toe in sand. I remember that Xia Huan whining about the little scratch on his hand. Yeah, he did. Honglu mutters as though he was talking about something that happened an eternity ago. Dayu shook her head, shaking herself from her remnants. The 13 Haisho Pact. What is that? This has to do with a taboo, doesn't it? Dayu, much time has passed since then, but no matter what question you ask me, no matter what reply I give, it will not be the answer that you want. That is not up for you to decide. You will never find what you seek, so why even try to gain it? And for what? That is why I always reply that your questions were such meaningless inquiries. That is why I do no more than just observe. Honglu, are you really okay with us seeing all of these memories though? Honglu tilts his head to the side curiously, as though he couldn't understand why I asked such a question. I mean, those are personal information, Honglu. Usually people are against such a thing, aren't they? I don't really think it's a matter of whether I am okay with that or not. It just feels unfamiliar. It wasn't a memory that I wanted to forget, nor was it a memory that I wanted to recall. Well, the emotions that I felt then feel so so distant from me now. I feel like that I'm looking down at them from somewhere so high up. So I don't really know what to say to a question like, are you okay? Because I have nothing more to change. Okay. He really likes to not answer any sort of question, but I guess he's so detached from his past life that he doesn't see any difference in it anymore. It may be gathered that from her loose memories, it was Jia Mu who first made the suggestion of researching the 13 Haisho Pact after mentioning that H Corp is in trouble of being crushed by the other wings and dragged into war. Which means she was kind of enticing that whole idea in order to get the resources and people for her own scheme, from the looks of it. But that doesn't make sense. Wasn't she already the family hired? Did she wanted to get more? Oh. However, it also appears that the desire was mutually shared by the Kong family as well. Yeah, but it didn't really seem like they were driven mad with greed like the plague suggested. They certainly had ambition, I won't deny that, but still. Right? I know that I only have this vague feeling to go on to, but it seems like they were really wishing the best for Hongyua. Saving the city, saving their district in order to protect them. What I've come to realize in my almost 30 years of life in here is that it is exceedingly rare to find a leader who is generous in both character and temper. Most refuse to give anyone other than themselves a chance. Everyone is so blind to everything but their immediate profit or interest. And the people of the Kong family, at least the one that I remember, sought to give others a chance, at the very least. It was only by their support that our Lin family, formerly so insignificant, could become a family of God, because they prioritized selection by merits, not by the nobilities of their birth. But once the Kong family was eradicated, every family other than the 4 pillars lost any means of upward mobility. So when I heard that they were simply gone, all because they were blinded by greed, it felt as though I was just a child then, but I vividly remember a crushing feeling. It was devastation, because I could no longer have any place to return to. Man, I must have been dealt a heavy hand, huh? It must have been hard out there. Regardless of these revelations, however, the family Hayek war was still ongoing. So with Gregor's words of consolation, we move on from that area, away from the rising walls. Okay, Granny, I'm serious here. At first you seemed like a nice little granny, but I'm starting to have some doubts here. Please, you still have time to change your course. You still have time to change your course. Don't mess it up. Do not mess it up. And now we have a split in the road. Well, don't mind me. I'm gonna finish them up really quickly.